welcome to PT on Ice Instagram. I'm going to get Facebook rolling over here. Good morning, Ice community. We are live. All right. I am really excited to be here this morning with you all, coming off of a big weekend this weekend for ICE. We had 5 different courses going on. Zach Morgan and I were up here in North Carolina in Asheville having lumbar course. We had other spine courses and CMFA extremity courses going on. It was a big weekend, really exciting to see all of the courses. If you haven't hopped on our Instagram stories, you can kind of relive some of those recaps. Had a great time this weekend. If you are looking to get at some ICE courses before the end of the year, hop on your opportunity soon. We've got the next 3 weekends. There are courses available. And then, of course, we've got our online cohorts, the last ones of 2021 starting up. And that also includes our clinical management of the fitness athlete, pregnancy and postpartum. And that one starts November 2nd. So I am Dr. Alexis Morgan. I am one of the 2 lead faculties for that course. And this morning, I am here to talk with you all about sleep tips. So our top 5 sleep tips for new moms. If you've been to a lumbar course, you know that we talk about sleep. And really, if you've been to any of our ICE courses, we're going to be talking about sleep to some capacity in each of our courses, because sleep plays such a vital role in the human capacity to heal, to rehabilitate, to perform. We know this, and we are always highlighting good sleep hygiene tips. And every time we talk about this, especially at our lumbar courses, of which that I've been helping out with for the last 3 courses that we've done, the question always comes up, well, I'm a new mom. How am I supposed to do these sleep hygiene tips? How can I improve my sleep? Or I've got all of my patients are new moms, and what can I do? Is it even possible to help new moms, new parents get sleep? So the answer for that question comes down to our top 5 tips, and I'm going to spill those out for you this morning. First of all, recognize this. 20% of people with insomnia, so take out, we're not talking about new parents, but specifically anyway, people who are diagnosed with insomnia, they have clinically significant rates of depression and anxiety. 20% of those have depression and or anxiety. Sleep plays a huge role in our mind, our brain's capacity to think through what's going on, to have judgment, right? We recognize the brain's role and the sleep role in pain and pain management. And it also has a lot to do with our ability to think, our brain's function. And so with that comes varying degrees of depression and anxiety. And we know that the rates are very high in postpartum moms for postpartum depression and postpartum anxiety. And we know that that's multifactorial, but we have to recognize that part of that is the lack of sleep, and specifically just a massive change in their capacity to sleep. In 2019, there was an article that came out, a study in the Journal of Clinical Sleep Medicine, and they were looking at postpartum individuals and their sleep. And they found clinically significant findings that those who had poor sleep in the early postpartum period, it was independently predictive of postpartum depression at a later point. The conclusion was beautiful because it highlights the importance of our role here. Clinically significant findings highlights the importance of sleep interventions as a therapeutic tool. We need to be utilizing education around sleep hygiene for new parents as our therapeutic tool. This is in our wheelhouse. We need to help them. But we can't help them by saying, oh, well, let's just let your baby sleep more. Or let's just let the baby not wake up, right? We can't control when baby is going to wake up or how often that's going to occur. There's a lot of other factors there. So what can we do? We can control the controllables. We can't control the quantity, but we could control the quality. So what does that look like? Well, number one, that looks like keeping the bedroom cool. Starting with our top 5 tips, number one, that's probably one of the easiest because all it means is that you're going to hit that thermostat down a couple of notches. Keeping the bedroom cool between 62 to 66 degrees will improve the quality of an individual's sleep. And this is something very simple, but very backed by literature, that we can improve that deep sleep, that REM sleep, by getting the temperature down. And that doesn't mean that you're freezing. In fact, it means you need to have some blankets on you. You may want to wear socks to keep your toes warm. But keeping the bedroom cool allows your body to get to a body temperature that promotes sleep. And it's simple. All you need to do, new mom, all you need to do, let's just decrease that temperature on the thermostat. Let's turn on that fan in the bedroom. Let's get you cooler. And there's a lot of other technologies that you can, put on the bed and improve the temperature like inside of the bed. But the point is we've got to get the body cooler, and that's simple. Number 2, avoid caffeine after the morning. I'm not telling the new mom not to have her cup of coffee in the morning. What I am saying is that we don't need to have that bang in the afternoon or that latte at 4 in the afternoon. I know you're tired. Take a nap. Let's take a 20-minute nap to recharge. But don't interrupt your sleep cycle with caffeine. Caffeine does not help. It feels like it helps in the short term, but it sends us in a cycle that does not allow for us to get that quality sleep. And the more we have caffeine in the afternoon, the worse we sleep. Therefore, the next day, the more caffeine we need, and the worse we sleep. And it is a downward spiral. So avoid caffeine after the morning. Again, maybe not as easy as just turning down the temperature, but just saying no to those beverages, to those drinks in the afternoon. If we can get them to say no, if we can get them to understand the importance of saying no, then that's a relatively simple thing to do. Our willpower is a bit higher in the mid-afternoon than it is in the middle of the night. So as we work down on these tips, they get a little bit more challenging. Okay, number 3, develop a relaxing bedtime routine. This could look like a lot of different things to every individual, whether that means we're just turning down the lights, whether that means we take a little bit of time to just wash our face, and while we're washing our face, getting ready for bed, our phone's in the kitchen, we're taking some deep breaths. It may just be 60-second routine, or it could be 10 minutes. Recognize it's not about what you necessarily do or even for how long you do it, but having that routine allows for your brain to recognize, it's time for bed. We're going to begin winding down. And it allows for you to get into that rhythm much better. And if we can get our mind and our body ready for sleep before we actually lie down to sleep, it's going to make us more efficient. So rather than lying in bed and waiting to fall asleep, we can improve that, the speed at which we can fall asleep. So developing that bedtime routine. Maybe it's a bath every now and then. That's kind of hard to come by in the new mom phase. So really, you're gonna take some time, and you're gonna take some communication with your patients, and really help them figure this out. Don't just say, develop a bedtime routine and leave it there. Help them figure out what that means for them. That's number 3. Number 4. This one is huge. So our new parents, our new mom, we're getting up a lot in the middle of the night, right? So what happens when we get up? Well, first of all, we got to get out of those warm covers and it's cool in the bedroom. Number 2, what do we turn on the lamp. And maybe we turn on the kitchen lights. And maybe we turn on the TV. And all of these things, we've got so much light coming in. And what do we know about light? We know that if we get enough light into our eyes, it helps us know that we're awake and that it's morning time and that it's time to get rolling in the morning. But it's 2 in the morning, not 6 or 7 a.m. So we don't want our bodies to be up and alert and ready to go yet, because we're hoping that we can fall right back asleep when feeding is over or when baby has quieted down. So can we swap out our light bulbs for some warm lights? Can we get some red lights as the night lights and the pathway that we're taking? To decrease that blue light in our eyes, we use that red light or those dim orange lights to keep it calm, like a fire, right? To keep it to where we're not so alert and so awake in the middle of the night. And this can really improve their capacity to go back to sleep when it's time. And along the same lighting conversation, let's make sure that it's dark in the bedroom or wherever you're trying to sleep. If it's impossible because of light coming in through your windows, let's get a sleep mask. Let's get it to where it's very, very dark so that we have none of that. When it's light, we're awake. When it's dark, we sleep. Help our bodies set that association up. Help our bodies to where we have the right hormones flowing to promote sleep. So that's number 4. It's a bit challenging. It takes a couple of different switches, but it's really, really effective for sleep hygiene. Number 5, probably the more challenging one. Yeah, I think it's really one of the most influential, and that is swap out that Instagram scroll in the middle of the night. Swap it out for a book. Swap that out for a magazine, something that doesn't involve a screen. What do we do when we get on our phones? We're all guilty of this. We may tell ourselves, we're only going to pull up our meditation app, but suddenly our thumbs just automatically go to Instagram and we begin that scroll. And sometimes when we begin that scroll, it can keep going for a long time. And we've got that light in our eyes and it's waking us up, and not to mention it's starting that comparison game. And we've already got sleep that's disrupted and fragmented We've already got an increase because of that risk of anxiety or depression. We don't need all these views of all these other people that appear to have it all going well. Turn that scroll off. Like, don't even get near that. Use a book, keeping those lights low, using that book while we're doing the nighttime feedings or listening to just some calming music. This is going to really promote sleep. It's a tough one. It's a really tough one. But that can promote sleep in these individuals. And honestly, it promotes mental health, right? So with this, I hope that you can take these and help your patients, help your new parents. You may not have a caseload full of postpartum moms, but I guarantee you that you have some new parents on your caseload. So use these techniques and help them improve their quality. So to recap, first of all, we're going to keep the bedroom cool between 62 and 66 degrees. We're going to avoid caffeine after the morning. That's going to improve our quality of sleep. And the more frequently we do that, the better. Developing a nighttime relaxing routine before bed. It's not about the quantity of time in that routine. It's about the quality and the repetition. We want to have that darkness for when it's time to sleep. And when we need to get up, let's use those orange or red, those low-level lights that keep us in that nighttime mode, that keep us away from being awake in the middle of the night. And then swap out that Instagram scroll in those nighttime feedings. Swap it out, eliminate it completely. Read a book, do something else, listen to music, but don't start that scroll. I hope this helps you all, help so many people in your communities. I know it's really helped a lot of individuals in my community and in my practice. Let me know what you think. If you yourself are a new parent, let us know if these things help you as well in the comments below. And like we mentioned, our next online cohort of clinical management of the fitness athlete starts in a couple of weeks, November 2nd. We'd love to have you, where we go through all of this and so much more. And if you're looking to see us on the road, we are starting our live clinical management of the fitness athlete, pregnancy and postpartum. That begins in February right here in Nashville, Tennessee. So looking forward to seeing you all soon and talk to you later. Have a good Monday.
Hey, thanks for tuning in to the PT on Ice Daily Show. If you enjoyed this content, head on over to iTunes and leave us a review. And be sure to check us out on Facebook and Instagram at the Institute of Clinical Excellence. If you're interested in getting plugged into more ICE content on a weekly basis while earning CEUs from home, check out our virtual ICE online mentorship program at ptonice.com. While you're there, sign up for our Hump Day Hustling newsletter for a free email every Wednesday morning with our top 5 research articles and social media posts that we think are worth reading. Head over to ptonice.com and scroll to the bottom of the page to sign up.